Hello, and welcome back to the original Larry D's Food for Thought. Today, as you know, and as usual, we will be reading out of the Old King James Bible, and we will be reading from the Old Testament and from the New Testament to the law and to the testimony. Here a little and there a little, just like the Lord told us to do it and the way he told us to do it in Isaiah, the 28th chapter. Okay? We'll also be going over a few scriptures today concerning the title Sunday Worship or Sabbath Day Worship. Which one is right in the eyes of the Lord? Sunday worship or Sabbath Day worship? Which one is right in the eyes of the Lord? Okay. I'm going to share these scriptures with you right quick here. You can jot them down if you like. But yeah, people, for years, just like my mama used to say, for years, people have been going to church on Sunday, first day of the week, and they haven't even given it a second thought. They just complacent with what they do, and sticking with the status quo. They think it's strange when they look and see those people that's keeping the Lord's Sabbath day, going to church on Saturday. They think that's strange, but they never turn around and look and said, well, why are we going on Sunday and not Saturday? Because if you read the book, you say, well, I never read anywhere in the book what the Lord said, keep a holy convocation on Sunday, the first day of the week. Okay. But, people just, like I say, they are complacent, right? And they won't do any research. I don't know. Is it laziness? I don't know. But in any case, I'm going to stop sharing these, and we are going to go over these few scriptures we got here today and see if we can get just a tad bit of understanding on which day the Lord see in his eyes, that he wants us to keep. Is it Sunday or is it Saturday? It's Sabbath day. Okay. But we're going to start this in Exodus. And if you read the Bible, you know what's there in Exodus, the 20th chapter. All right. That law, that royal law, even the commandments. Okay. We're just going to read a few. I'm not going to read them all, but I'm going to show you this here. We're going to start reading, Exodus 20, and I'm going to start reading at verse 8. And it reads, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day, now what day is the seventh day? I take a look at my calendar and see the seventh day is Saturday. Okay. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. Verse 11. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it, made it holy. Okay. We're going to move on a little bit, and we're going to see if we can find Sunday in here somewhere. Okay. But let's go over here to Isaiah right quick. Take a quick look at this here. Oops, hit the mic. I didn't. Sorry about that. Okay, going to Isaiah 58, and I'm going to start reading at verse 13. Okay, and it reads, if thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thou pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord, honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words. Lord got standards for that Sabbath day. Okay. 14. Then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord, and I, will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth. Wow. And feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken it. Man, so you keep the Lord's Sabbath day, he will bless you. Ain't that something? People say, well, I'm blessed and highly favored. You are? Who's blessing you? Hmm. Ask yourself that question. Okay. But however, let's move on. Let's go over here to turn over here to Isaiah 56 right quick while we're in Isaiah. And I'm going to start reading at verse 1. And it reads, Thus saith the Lord, keep ye judgment and do justice, for my salvation is near to come, and my righteousness is to be revealed. Verse 2, Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the Son of Man that layeth hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keepeth his hands from doing any evil. Lord, keep talking about his Sabbath day. Wow. People say, well, LD, Sabbath day is for the Jews. I ain't never read that nowhere. Everywhere I ever read, the Lord said it is his Sabbath day. Okay. All right. Verse 6. Now we talking about anybody that keep, blessed is the man. So we're talking about anybody that's keeping the Lord's Sabbath day. Okay. Not just Israel. I ain't talking about those Israelis. I'm talking about the true Israelites. Okay. Verse 6. Also the sons of the stranger. Now, who is the stranger? It covers everybody, don't it? Even the Gentiles. Okay. That join themselves to the Lord to serve him and to love the name of the Lord, to be his servant, everyone that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it. And taketh hold of my covenant, even them will I bring to my holy mountain, and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be accepted upon mine altar, for mine house shall be called an house of prayer for all people. Now, how much does all cover? Everybody, even the strangers, Gentiles, whoever. Okay, anybody join the hand of the Lord, keep his Sabbath. Okay. But we ain't read anything about that Sunday thing, Sunday worship yet, have we? Now, let's move a little further. Let's go right here to Jeremiah right quick. Take a quick look at something right quick here. Next book over. We got Isaiah, Jeremiah, and we're going to Jeremiah, the 17th chapter. And I'm going to read a couple of verses here. I'll start reading at verse 21, and it reads, Thus saith the Lord, take heed to yourselves, and bear no burden on the Sabbath day, nor bring it in by the gates of Jerusalem. Okay, he was talking to Israel right here, but like I say, anybody nowadays, but they join their hand to the Lord, it's pertain to them too. All right. 22. Neither carry forth a burden out of your houses on the Sabbath day. You in there arguing at the house, you in the house arguing with your wife, arguing with your husband or your children or whatnot. Lord, don't bring that stuff out there. Don't bring it. Don't bring it out of your house. Leave it there. You're going to go to church, serve and worship the Lord, even the Lord God of Israel, and delight. Okay? Now, but, I'm sorry. Neither do ye any work, but hallow ye the Sabbath day. Keep it holy, as I commanded your fathers. Okay? Keep it holy. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. All right. But let's move on, because I'm going to go show you something, man. I'm going to tell you, the Lord take his Sabbath day very, very serious, people. We're going to take a quick look at this here and see what happened to this guy right here. Because he was doing something on the Lord's Sabbath day. Actually, he was polluting it. And we're going to take a look and see what this guy was doing here. Okay. This is when Israel was back in the wilderness and stuff, man. But I'm just showing you the example. Lord don't play with his Sabbath day, people. Okay. But let's see. We're going to Numbers, the 15th chapter, and we'll start reading at verse 32. And it reads, And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day. Now, what in the world would this guy? What gonna do with those sticks, I wonder? Hmm. Hmm. Was he gonna kindle a fire? I don't know. But anyway, he was gathering sticks. Okay. And verse 33, and they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron and unto all the congregation. And they put him in war because it was not declared what should be done to him. So they ain't know what to do with the guy. So they locked him up. Okay. And then they went to inquire of the Lord. See what the Lord gonna say about this cat. Okay. And verse 35, and the Lord said unto Moses, the man shall be surely put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp. Well, they supposed to take this guy outside the camp and they going to stone him. Okay, 36. And all the congregation brought him without the camp. They took him outside the camp and stoned him with stones, and he died. As the Lord commanded Moses. Do you see that? Lord, do not play with his Sabbath day. I know you say, hey, well, I ain't been keeping the Lord's Sabbath day. I'm still going to church on Sunday. Lord ain't killed me. Hey, tell you what, did not the Lord say he would let the wheat grow with the tares and he would separate at the harvest? Tell you something, Lord got something waiting at the end of the line, people. Okay? Might want to consider that and take heed. Okay? But let's move on. Let's go a little bit further here. Let's go to the new book right quick. Let's go over here to Hebrews. I'm gonna show you this here because you say, well, the Lord ain't did nothing to you. Hey, show you this right here. All right. Going to Hebrews, the 13th chapter. I'm gonna read one verse right here. Let's see. Hebrews 13 and verse 8. And it reads, Jesus Christ, the same yesterday and today and forever. He's the same. He don't change. Let me show you that right quick. Let's go over here to go to Malachi right quick. Let me show you this here. Okay, going to Malachi, the third chapter. I'm gonna read one verse 6, and it reads, "For I am the Lord; I change not." Lord, don't change. He had a man stoned and killed for polluting his Sabbath day, picking up sticks, simply picking up sticks. You ain't getting it in the back yet, or in the neck. He ain't banging you in the head yet. But hey, I'm telling you something. Payday is coming, people. All right? Think about this thing. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. Okay? So the Lord don't change. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. Okay, keep that in mind. All right, let's move on. Let's go right over here to let's go to Luke right quick because people say, no, they are I'm a Christian, blessed and highly favored. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you something. To be a Christian means to be Christ-like, right? So let's see what Christ did on his Sabbath day. Let's take a look at that. Okay, you want to be like Christ? You want to be Christ-like? Let's see what Christ did. Okay, we're going to Luke, the 4th chapter, and I'm going to start reading at verse 14, and it reads, "And Jesus returned in the power of the Spirit into Galilee, and there went out a fame of him through all the regions round about." 15. And he taught in the synagogues, in the churches, being glorified of all. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And as his custom was, it's a custom. It's something you do all the time, right? Okay. And as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day. So Jesus kept the Sabbath day, even his own Sabbath day. He set the example for us. Okay. And he did something else here, something you rarely see. And stood up for to read. Ain't that something? Now, if Jesus could go into the church on the Sabbath day and read, the book. What's wrong with these modern day pastors today? Why can't they stand up and read this book to you? And you should have your own book too to read along with them. All right? Think about that. You know what? I said, personally, if I was still in those Sunday churches, when service was over, I would say, hey, Pastor, come here, man. Let me holler at you right quick. And, and you say, well, you ain't going to give me respect and call me Pastor this, Pastor. I said, wait a minute. Hold up, man. You going to lie to me. You think I'm going to respect you? Come here, Pastor. Let me holler at you, man. Look here. First of all, we are going to church on the wrong day. And he'll look at me strange when I'm telling him, I said, look, I can read this. The Lord said, remember his Sabbath day. That's the seventh day. Yesterday, we done missed the Lord's Sabbath day. And ain't that something? And the Lord stood up and read. So why can't you read the book? Stand up there, read a couple of scriptures, close it up, and then tell me what's on your mind. I don't want to know what's on your mind, sir. I want to know what's on the Lord's mind. And how do you do that? By reading this book. Okay. Yeah. I tell it, and you should do the same. And if he tell you something derogatory, something you don't want to hear, go find me a church that's keeping the Sabbath day. That's what I would do. Okay. But let's move on a little bit further here. But Jesus kept the Sabbath day. And let's go and see what everybody loved Paul. Let's go see what he did. Okay. And all his companions. Let's see what they did. What day did they go to church on? Did they go on Sunday? Let's see. Okay, we're going to Acts the 18th chapter. I'm going to start reading at verse 1. Okay, 18:1. Let's see. Here we go. And it reads, after these things, Paul departed from Athens and came to Corinth, and found a certain Jew named Aquila, born in Pontus, lately come from Italy with his wife Priscilla, because that Claudius had commanded all Jews to depart from Rome, and they came in unto them. And because he was of the same craft, he abode with them and wrought, for by their occupation they were tent makers. Now, verse 4. And he reasoned in the synagogue, in the churches, every Sabbath. Okay. And persuaded the Jews and the Greeks. So Paul and them, all of them, they went to church. They kept the Lord's Sabbath day. And you notice this. We done read all these scriptures today, and we have not found anything or read anything in this Bible about Sunday. So it seems like to me, which is right in the eyes of the Lord, is worshiping on his Sabbath day. Okay. But let's go on a couple more scriptures right quick. Let's go to St. John right quick. Let's go to St. John, the 4th chapter. And let's see. Let's see now. Right here, the Lord was talking to this Samaritan woman. And let's see what transpired right here. They was over here by this well. And because the disciples, they went on into town to buy some meat. And he was left alone right there by that well. And this lady was there. So Samaritan woman. Let's see what happened right here. Let's see what she said. Okay. This is St. John 4th chapter and verse 19. And it reads, the woman said unto him, she said to the Lord, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. Our fathers worship in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Verse 21, Jesus said unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Verse 22, listen to this now. Ye worship ye know not what. You don't know what you worshiping. So you telling this lady here. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews, but the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. Verse 24, God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. But the point here is, he told this woman, ye worship ye know not what. And you going to church on Sunday? Hey, I'm going to tell you something, people. Ye worship ye know not what. Got to do some research. Find out what you're worshiping. Okay? Now, let's go to this last place right quick. I'm going to go back over here to Exodus. On Exodus, let's see, Exodus 31. I just want to read a few scriptures here. Exodus 31. And I'm going to start reading at verse 12. Now, the Lord, we're talking to Israel right here, but everybody to join their hand to the Lord, man, this pertaineth to you as well. Okay. Now, this is Exodus 31. Start reading at verse 12. And it reads, And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily my Sabbath ye shall keep. For it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, plural with an S, that ye may know that I am the Lord that doeth sanctify you. Okay? Now, verse 15, 6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is the Sabbath of rest, holy to the Lord. Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death. You remember what he did to that guy picking up sticks? Okay, like I say, you may not be getting banged upside the head now, but it is coming. Lord don't change. Okay. Verse 17. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. And that's what everybody that's got their hands on to the Lord. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day he rested and was refreshed. Okay, so now ask yourself the question. The Lord said, everybody that worship him and keep his Sabbath day and keep it from polluting it, don't work on it, that is a sign between him and you. Okay? Now, you keeping Sunday worship, who is that a sign between, I wonder? Might want to chew on that for a minute. Okay? Think about it. Okay? With that food for thought, think on these scriptures and words throughout the course of the day. And until next time, peace.